We're standing here outside the Youghal Town Hall and the Mall Arts Centre, where today Eddie Sullivan is being honoured with a photographic exhibition entitled Through the Lens. That's running for another week or so. We'll be catching up with Eddie in a few moments' time, and we'll be taking a look at many of the different photographs here on display for this fantastic and I suppose well-famed Youghal man. With us right now we have Eddie. Eddie, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Yeah, it's good to be home again, back in Youghal.
It's great to see you here in Youghal today. Are you surprised by the reaction, we'll say, all these photographs have garnered?
I am actually. Well, firstly, I'm surprised at the number of photographs, and there was a certain number of them there that mean an awful lot to me. Certainly the newer ones, I've seen some of them before, not all of them, but the older ones going back 25, 30 years, back to Youghal Rugby Club when I started there, being coached by people like Brendan Murphy and Sean Hogan and Jim Hogan. And the old team photographs of fellas who I watched playing and had, forgotten that were on the team, or fellas I'd played with and lost touch with. So that was probably the most enlightening thing, to see all the older stuff that I would have missed out on. And of course, in those days, there was multiple copies of Anton made. There was one photograph and somebody had it in a box somewhere. Yeah. So it was great to see them. I know Peter Hamill did a great job here on pulling a lot of them out, so that was great to see.
There's some photographs here of you when you were a child, really, as well.
Yeah, there's one there. I must have been only about 9 or 10, I'd say, at a training session with Sean Hogan, and actually had never seen that one before, so that was a great one to pick up on.
We'll say since you've finished the term of office, as manager of Ireland, how has life been treating you? Have you been taking it easy?
Well, it's been very easy actually, because I'm not doing anything at all. And I suppose it takes a bit of adjusting, because you're going at 100 miles an hour and suddenly you're going at no miles per hour. So I found it a little bit of a change, all right, but I've enjoyed it. I suppose whether you like it or not, after 6.5 years, I needed a break at some point, and I'm getting it now, so I'm happy to have it, but I hopefully not for too long.
When you started out as a PE teacher, did you think it was going to go that far?
No, of course you don't. At the time I was probably more interested in trying to play for Ireland and coach Ireland. Yeah. But I suppose after a while, when I finished playing, I realised that I had the coaching bug, and I started coaching, and I often thought maybe, well, if I could make a fist of this someday, I might get a chance at a higher level. Didn't think to be Ireland, but that's the way it turned out.
You're living in Galway all the time. Do you spend much time here back in Youghal?
Unfortunately, I don't get back here very often, because there's probably a better opportunity now at the moment that I'm not as busy, but certainly my kids, Katie and Barry, are doing junior set and leaving up this year. Right. So I'm spending a bit of time at home with them, whether they like it or not. And so that's been a bit of a change. But I haven't got to Youghal in the last number of years because I've been so busy, and I've been away from home a lot, away from the family an awful lot in recent years. And I suppose when I have a bit of time, I tend to spend it back at home with the family. So the opportunity hasn't arisen, and I love coming back because all my own family are still here, all my brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, and I have a flock of nieces and nephews as well, so I don't get to see them as often as I'd like. But maybe in the next few months, so I'll have a bit more time in my hands, we'll see me more often.
What advice would you have for the younger kids here in Youghal that are starting rugby, tag rugby for the girls and things like that? What advice would you have for those people? Well,
I think the first thing is you've got to enjoy it. I mean, what kept me in the game is I really enjoyed playing rugby in Youghal. I enjoyed playing underage here. I enjoyed playing with the club. And, once you're enjoying something, you're going to continue with it, and that's the key, I think, for young people. And play rugby and play everything, and eventually you'll find the thing that suits you most. For me, it was rugby. I've enjoyed every minute of it, involved in it, and it really comes down to that. And maybe the way the game is, you don't plan this, but if you're enjoying yourself and you're probably good at it because you're enjoying it, opportunities come out of that, and that's where your life goes.
Great. Eddie, one last question before we let you go, because I know you're fierce busy, but rumours abounding, we'll say, between yourself and the Munster job. Are there any truth in those rumours, or is it an unfair question at the moment?
It's not an unfair question, but there's no truth in the rumours. I've heard nothing about it at all, and I suppose that there'll always be speculation once a job arises, but that job hasn't officially arisen yet anyway. I think it's inevitable that at this point we all believe that Declan's going to become the Irish coach, and rightly so, and that will create that vacancy. But I suppose it's only expected that people would join the dots. But from my own point of view, I've heard nothing. I've pretty much an open mind at the moment. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I'm hoping something will come along for me in the next couple of months, and I'll be back on the horse again.
Would you go back teaching?
I doubt it if I can avoid it. I think I've moved on from teaching. But anyway, we'll see. If something doesn't come along, I may have to consider that possibility. All
right, Eddie, from everybody at Youghal Online, thanks very much, and we wish you every success for the future.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Eddie. Cheers. Thanks a million. There you go, another fantastic exhibition of photographs based on Eddie O'Sullivan, his life and his times in rugby here in Youghal, with Munster, with Ireland, throughout the years. My name is Shane Supple for YoughалOnline.com. Don't forget you can check it out on the internet on www.youghalonline.com. You can email us info@youghalonline.com. I'd like to thank members of the Town Council, Michael Hussey and Eddie O'Sullivan for his time in talking to us today. This is Shane Supple saying goodbye and God bless.